Welcome back to Comfortably Uncomfortable. It's a new year. And
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. It's been a minute since we've recorded, eh?
Dude, it's been forever. But I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, same, guys. I hope everybody's well. Coming back with a bang. Actually, you may or may not see some of the visual content that we are creating with this episode. Just a bit of a tester, like nothing deep, started from the bottom, so we really just
Short Drake.
Yeah.
Short Tabasco.
Wow, you're down, dude, you're down. So yeah, that's it, guys. We're basically just gonna test that out, so you may or may not get the full episode, maybe just a clip, we'll see. But yeah, the new year, how was 2022 treating you, girl?
It's early to say, but yeah, this year for me is just like I read a quote the other day. I think it was actually yesterday. Just about so making this year about being more in tune with yourself, falling in love with wanting to become the better version of yourself, being passionate about all your hobbies and your dreams and your goals. So it's like, it's always that chase to become the better you, but yeah, because last year was a little bit rough for me, to be honest. I was just struggling with a lot, like burnout, coping with a lot of other things. Lost 2 of my pets as well.
Yeah, last year was a bit of a rough. It was a bit rough at the end. It was a bit rough at the end. I mean, maybe that's why you guys didn't get that much of us
Towards the end.
Towards the end, it was a bit of a rough one.
It was so shitty.
Yeah, we just had to get around that corner, but we back.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're really just trying to do things even bigger and better. Be as step out of our comfort zones.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so yeah, cool. If we get into the topic for the day.
Before we get into the topic, I want to hear about your 2022.
Oh, okay. Oh, we care about what's happening with me.
Yes.
Yeah, look, I feel like I've gone into the year feeling super inspired. I think when I looked at the end of last year versus where I was at the beginning of last year, I was like, wow, like 2 completely different people, 2 completely different situations.
That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, and it's like, shit, cool. Like let's keep this momentum. Keep this momentum going into the next year. So, and I feel like it has. I feel like I've gone into this year, even like at work and stuff. Like I'm pushing shit like a beast.
Sure,
the vibes where you can't. We built different. So. Yeah, my year has started well. I have the sky is the limit. Like I'm going for everything this year. Yeah, I'm going for everything this year.
That's dope.
And I'm hoping to take as many people, or rather by take with me, I mean I hope everybody else is doing it and we can watch each other
just rise
and grow. It feels like a big year, man. It feels like a big year. But that's me. That's me.
Dope.
And that's us. I hope that everybody is having a good start to the year and is hoping for the best. But yeah, on to the topic for the day.
Yeah, so
it's a bit of a deep one, yeah?
Yeah, what rich people get away with.
Yeah. Been seeing that a lot.
Yeah, so in midst of the Epstein case that involves Prince Andrew and Maxwell, his partner.
But explain to everybody who Epstein is to the best of your knowledge and like what happened.
Okay, so Epstein is basically some rich white old dude. He's an American financier who was convicted of many sexual assault allegations, which actually were proven to be true. By how old were these girls? Like under 16, under 15?
Yeah, they got as young as 12.
Yeah, like it's crazy. So he was basically part of this whole massive thing. It was almost like a sex trafficking ring
100%.
that he had going on.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
And recently over December is how I actually got really pulled into his case, because I listened to British BBC One, and Maxwell she had recently had a trial. And I was like, how can a lady be putting so many girls into these positions? Like, aren't women supposed to be building each other up,
and I feel like,
and protecting each other?
but even in that, there were like some women that were trying to protect her and say, you know, maybe she was under pressure. It was him who was making her do these things. And I'm like,
No.
let's not take away like her the part that she played in this, because guys,
Exactly.
like, I think it's important that you understand that, like, in all the women that were trafficked and he had sexual relations with and stuff, it's like it's in the thousands. It's in the thousands. It's not just like a couple of ladies or a couple of girls.
And you're telling me she was as naive to be like, nah, I wasn't a part of it, or I was manipulated by him to like operate a significant thing like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she was the one who put up the adverts for the massage.
Yeah. So basically, what would happen is they would get like girls that are like vulnerable, and like live in these lower income areas.
Yes.
And they'd be like, yeah, do you want to make like $200 just massaging, or teach you how to massage and stuff like that? Then they take these girls to some of Epstein's private places. Like, obviously, he's a billionaire. Yeah. So he's got like mansions and stuff all over the place, condos. Yeah. So he'd invite these girls there, and then they'd like learn how to massage him, and then it'd turn into like he flips over and it's like, okay, get naked and do the business.
And do all these sexual acts on me. Yes.
And like these girls are young and they don't know what's happening, but because they're like in this vulnerable place, they think like, okay, this is life. I have to do this. So that's essentially how it went down.
Yes, and now Maxwell was on trial, and she said that due to recall bias and the fact that Epstein died in 2019, they were using her as a scapegoat, which is absolute bullshit. And it's so funny because her dad committed suicide as well after he was committed for fraud for stealing people's money. So it's like her whole life she's been in service of these rich, powerful men, these terrible men. But it's because of that chase of that money, that power. She loved to be in those circles. She loved to be with wealthy people, especially after the scandal with her family, and they lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's this chase of money and the control that money has over people that is what we really want to talk about.
Yeah,
you know?
I think especially like when you think about this whole Epstein situation, the fact that like there are like documentaries and like videos and stuff on all of this stuff, guys. And I might even I'll tag the one that I watched before we recorded.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy that almost 10.5 years ago they've had enough evidence to put this guy away. But money talks. He had so many people in his pocket, so many people that he had framed or has information on. And like even now, guys, Epstein he killed himself in jail. But there are still people right now that are afraid to come up. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's like it's that bad that like he's scared people that much that even when he's gone, people are like, I'm not saying anything about this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what money can do for you. Because I was telling Zoe earlier, like Epstein even he was convicted to like 18 months in jail. And in those 18 months, he was allowed every day in the week, so 7 days a week, he's allowed to leave the jail for 12 hours. So he basically just slept at the prison.
Life.
That's it. And even during this, he still had people flying, still doing the whole trafficking because he was still seeing girls while he was in jail. So, guys, that's what money can do to people. Make them feel invincible.
And it makes you feel like, is there even a justice system? Who is protecting these girls? Who is protecting the victims? I think back then, the reason why all these powerful men got away with so much was because of a lot of holes, a lot of corruption within the justice system. They were able to just pay off politicians, pay off judges, pay off whoever. But now it's like we rising up. there's a lot of awareness amongst especially young people, youthful people, where we're like, no, we're not standing for this rubbish. We want to stand up. We want to speak up against these people who think that they can get away with anything.
100%.
That they can make us victims, that they can just abuse us.
Yeah.
And call it, you're misremembering. You drank too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think like even you say that, and it even goes to show the way that he got that lesser case for like that lesser sentence with the 18 months is because you also turned it into a thing of, no, those girls were prostitutes. And so now instead of him being a predator, it became a thing of, no, the women were the problem.
Exactly.
And that's how he got a lighter sentence.
Yes, it was transactional. Like, I paid them for a service. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of thing.
Whereas I manipulated them into this
and I exposed
side.
them. Yeah,
exactly.
I literally went after vulnerable individuals. So yeah, I mean, it's scary. And I think it also like it leads on to where you start to ask yourself is like, how are we maybe enabling it? You know, obviously these individuals, these specific individuals, because they're all so young, I don't think there's a way that they enabled it.
No, yeah, definitely not in that case. But if we look at society today, you know, and if we look at money and influence of these rich, powerful men, the Blesser mentality of the South Africans.
Yeah.
That is a culture that is festering.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just South Africans. Yeah, like definitely.
It really isn't.
Like these things of like having, I'm constantly seeing like these chicks that are showing their cash apps and stuff like that, PayPal's of them just going on a date. All they did is they went for dinner and then they got given $200 or whatever the case is.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, like I don't hate on those women. Like,
no, definitely not.
You know, that's how they make their money.
You make your money the way you want to make your money.
But it's the extent to how you make your money, and that's what we were talking about.
All in the goal to be super rich or what for money.
Money,
so
status, power.
You start to ask yourself, because I'm sure all of us feel like there's something you wouldn't mind doing for a little bit of extra cash, and that gauge. I think it ranges for everybody. Some people, I'll do almost anything, and other people,
100,000
like
rand
they're like
not
even for a rand am I willing to lose my dignity, kind of thing.
Yes, it's all about your values and morals.
Yeah.
I think when you look at it from like a societal thing, like how is it influencing the way young girls behave or the things that young girls go after?
That's
it. You know, they're no longer looking for a career in whatever. It's just easy to be an IG model. You have some Dubai guy,
the Dubai girls,
Dubai prince take you to Dubai to spend a week with you, and then
you get paid like 150,000
exactly,
US dollars,
which is what people can dream of. That's what 2.3 million rand a week.
That's crazy. So you can understand why somebody would want to pursue something like that. But then there's dangers to wanting to play in those kind of spaces, because people with that amount of money, like multi-billionaires, like that have hundreds of thousands to give away, they play different. You know, they might get a little bit violent.
Exactly.
You know, they might ask you to do stuff that you never thought you were gonna have to do, like nasty stuff. Like the stuff that we were reading up on is like some girls will go to Dubai to get peed on and shat on. Like it's not a comfortable situation at all. But these are things that people are willing to do. And now in that seek to doing that, you might end up even finding yourself, what is the name of that girl?
Sinead McNamara.
Yes.
She is an Australian IG model who was found dead on a billionaire's fancy yacht. They had an argument. She had an argument with one of the guests on the yacht a day before, and then boom, the next day she was found hanging from the yacht.
And then when the police came to investigate, they were just like, it looks like it was self-inflicted,
a suicide.
So it's like, okay, so people have the money to just make you disappear, bro.
Yeah, and there were many questions around that case, you know? And it just shows you that influence, that, it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy what people can get away with. And it ties in with the whole morality thing, like you were saying. What is good? What is evil? Like, how can we draw the line between, you're just getting the bread or whatever.
Yeah, you're just getting that cash.
Getting
like,
that cash.
Let's support women, equal rights. Women should be able to do whatever they want to do, make money however they want to make it, which
And
is
then, like,
100% I agree. But then where's the line?
Where's the
Because
like,
then now
this
you
shit
start
is so
endangering your life.
You're endangering your life, and you're sending out exactly.
Yeah.
And you're sending out this message to all these people that follow you.
Yeah.
That are like,
this is the goal.
This is the goal. Do this, and this is how you'll get far in life. This is how you'll get all the beauty products and the famous jets and the, like, you know, all these fancy things.
Yeah.
But it's just this illusionment that we have with social media and all these IG models from what is reality in essence. But for you, like, how do you feel about the Dubai girls, rich people getting away with all this shit? Like, do you think there's hope? Do you think that they will continue to get away with it?
To be honest, to be completely honest, like, these are like the 0.00% of the world, not even the 1%.
Yeah.
So they are essentially the people that are moving things. Like, I know I'm about to sound like very conspiracy theory, but like they're the people that like move the pieces that we'll never see have been moved because of them. Do you know what I'm saying? They're moving money that like we'll never be able to see in our lifetimes and understand. To us, it was just a normal day, but that transaction was actually like them moving, fucking trafficking people, doing this, doing that, doing whatever.
That they have
all the operations that they have. So like human beings, they'll never be a place where like there's this peace.
But don't you
like
feel
that.
like
I don't think there's justice. I don't think like even with the Epstein situation, the fact that he got 18 months. And of those entire 18 months, he was never in prison. He was in there for literally half the day and at night to sleep.
Yes, but a decade later, he got sentenced. He got convicted of his crimes. He got justice somewhat. He killed himself because he didn't want to live life in prison.
But then now, do you think the same thing's gonna happen to Prince Andrew?
Hey, the royals, bro.
And yeah, for people who don't know who Prince Andrew is, Zoe,
he's the Duke of York, if I'm not mistaken.
So he's the Queen Elizabeth II's son. Yeah, I remember that.
So.
I think
so.
He's the second son.
I think so. Yeah, so basically how he was siding with Epstein. Epstein was a very like influential man. He knew a lot of people, Donald Trump even. And what happened was that there was a girl, and the reason why he's in like the news now is because this girl was paid $500,000 to keep quiet because she was brought in, she was sex trafficked in to please Epstein, and then she was literally passed around to different political leaders, and Prince Andrew was one of them.
So people like that with like the royal family, do you think they're gonna really see a situation where that guy lands up in jail? I don't think
Justice needs to be served.
I think he'll do like a house arrest in his palace.
I don't know.
So
it's a fickle situation, and sometimes
money buys you things, bro. It opens doors. It prevents a lot of things. So yeah, like let's just be real. But that's me.
But I'm glad that these situations are coming to light, and the truth of like these rich people and how sometimes they actually can't get away with it.
They shouldn't get away with it.
They shouldn't get away with it. I love how that truth is being brought into light in today's society. Like even the Weinstein situation, Harvey Weinstein, he was a film producer. He did amazing films like Django Unchained, but there were so many sexual allegations against this man, and finally he's in prison for 23 years for his crimes.
So win some, lose some. I think hopefully we're moving into a place where like the majority of these will get caught. But I still think we live in a world full of greed, and people can be taken advantage
culture.
of. Yeah, Blesser-Blesse culture.
It's all like working against
the change, the bigger change that everybody's trying to get. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I understand, get the best out of your life. Try and make your life something wonderful. But where's the line? Where's the line?
Yeah,
you know, have we
I
crossed
agree.
the line? What are we doing as a society, as people? But yeah, that's just something to think about, guys.
There's something to think about, guys. Tell us what you thought. Reach out.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation, guys. Let us know what you think about the new
The
types of
visuals.
content. Yeah, yeah, word. Okay, cool. So, guys, thanks again. Let's see what the year has to bring for us again. I hope everybody is good.
I hope you guys have a dope ass year.
Love and light, guys. And that's us. Peace.